Let's do some NFL picks for week number 5 with Ryan Horvat. Before that, I would hope that a man as smart as yourself when it comes to gambling and betting and futures and all that, I would hope that you have at least sprinkled a little bit on the Arizona Diamondbacks to win the National League, because the Brewers, every time they've been knocked out of the playoffs, that team at least wins the pennant. Every single time. So bet on the Diamondbacks to win the National League.
Yeah. What a dumpster fire the NL Central is. Just what a shit division with the Brewers. At least you guys made the postseason.
Did we, though?
I don't know. I feel like, you know what, man? Like, why was everybody so... I don't know why anytime the Cubs lose or get eliminated from the playoffs, people have to, like, send me the L, like hang the L. Like, yeah, I get it. I've been hanging the L for fucking 37 years now, except minus 1 year. So I don't know why everybody had to rub that into me. I think that's bad juju, though. I think that's bad karma, especially when, like, I never say anything to Brewer fans. Like, I find one social media comment from me after they got eliminated. I bet the Diamondbacks game 1, but I figured the Brewers would end up.
I saw one from you.
Oh, to that hack on music guy that's always dude, he's always shitting on like everything from Wrigley Field.
No. I saw it on Facebook. You posted, I heard the Brewers lost. That sucks. Or, oh, well.
Well, so that's different, though, because, again, like half of my family are Brewer fans, though. You know, like, again, my uncle was so, like, the Gillespies are huge Brewer fans. So they, like, trash talk the shit out of me. So that's just fun. No, it's painful when your fucking baseball team loses, dude. I don't want to be a dick and rub it in. It's hard enough. You watch 162 games of that shit, and then your season's just over in 2 days. Kind of the same with football, though. You know, like the Aaron Rodgers era, obviously, but especially the last couple. You know, where you win 13 games, you have the best team, and David Bakhtiari fucking tears his ACL, and then you don't have him for Tampa.
Sports, yeah, I'm gonna have to be convinced that baseball's worth it. Like 162 games. The Brewers had a 30-hour playoff run.
I'll say this, though. At least they got a second chance, like, to prolong their series. With the Packers, it's like, oh, it's 20 degrees. Rodgers is old. They score right away, and then they take their foot off the gas, but a fucking punt and kick gets blocked, and then your 13-win season's over just like that. And then you think of what could have been, like the Rams come into Lambeau next week. So football's pretty tough, too. At least in the NBA, if your team's going to get eliminated and shit the bed, like, you get 7 games. You get a best-of-7 series.
Yeah, baseball
if you stay healthy, you know, the best team should always win.
Anyway, that's enough baseball. Fucking terrible.
Yeah, forever. I fucking hate that sport. I do. I really do. I'm like, it's never fun to me.
No. Never been fun.
It's awesome.
I'll deck myself out in Brewer gear here on the Dan Schani YouTube stream, but Christ. And the backdrop today, I don't know if I've used this one with you. This is my grandpa's old basement.
Yeah, I was going to say, that kind of reminds me of my grandparents' basement.
This is 1505 Jeffrey Court in North Fond du Lac. They bought it on the same day that I was born, or that's when they moved in. So they are both deceased. But this basement was, and there's a bar on the other side, the wood paneling, the carpet, the shitty ceiling. It's literally my favorite room on earth. I don't know what the new tenants have done with it. But I would love to have my basement be this. So that's the video of choice.
You should do a remote from the establishment, from the old home.
I should have bought the house is what I should have done. It's North Fond du Lac prices. It's a 4-bedroom house for like $87,000.
Did you ever fall going up the stairs in that basement? Like you were running up?
No, but these are the stairs. I fell down these stairs as an 11-month-old baby, and bonk, I was in a walker. My uncle somehow ran to catch me. Otherwise, I could be, there could be splattered brains on this tile.
It could be bad news bears right there. Yeah, I never actually have fallen going down the stairs, but I have, because I'm dumb, fallen like getting excited. I think my grandma had like pizza rolls ready, and I went to run up, and it was just.
These are a steep stair, though. You can see they are a steep stair.
That's why, yeah, sometimes a young Horvat, even an old Horvat gets excited when pizza rolls are ready. Pizza rolls and frozen pizza, death taxes, and I always tell myself, you're going to wait like 5 minutes, right? The journey is the reward. You don't need to just throw that in your mouth because you're going to burn the shit out of the top of your mouth every single time, man. And it affects like the next 3 days of my life. Every time I eat pizza rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Or frozen pizza, burnt mouth. Hey, behind the scenes here, when are you releasing this? Are we doing the Thursday night shit fest or no? Are we skipping over that?
No, this is the Friday show.
Who would you have went with? I would have picked the Bears. I think I would have been very wrong.
I would have went with the Commanders.
The Tobies?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on to the games that we have then. Houston.
No. You can't skip it.
Oh shit. See, this always happens because I haven't bet it yet. The London game. My Bill.
Jacksonville there for a full week.
Yep.
They played last week, beat I hope you took my prop. London scored in London.
I know that was a good call. I didn't. I should have. I fucked up. I should have played that. I was going to text you, but weren't you on the air for that game?
I was.
No.
Yes, I was.
Because I was on later. I go on with Gelb during the day. 5.5 point spread. This game's going to be played at Hotspur Stadium in London. Neutral site game. Total.
Tottenham Hotspur, my least favorite EPL team.
Yeah, I agree. They're a bunch
don't like
of scumbags. Yeah. Man, I feel like they want us to take the points with the Jags here, right? The 5.5. I am going to take just that. I'm going to take the 5.5. I love the Bills, but the Jacksonville Jags have been there for a full week. A little worried about their defense. Shit, I'm a little worried about their offense. And I think the Bills are the best team in football. I just bet the Bills to win the Super Bowl, and I bet an exact matchup. Bills-Niners, $20 would win you $800 if you get that exact matchup. But I think the Bills are a team of destiny. I think this is finally the year. That defense, man, they got like 14 sacks the last 2 weeks. They're getting pressure at a crazy rate, and they don't even have Von Miller on the field yet. But 5.5, I feel like Jacksonville, they're 2-2, coming off a win. I think they're going to play hard in this game. I think it's like a field goal game where Buffalo wins, but the Jags cover. So give me 5.5 with the Jags. What about you?
I'm going to take Jacksonville too. I'm going to ride with you, and I'm going to have more fun with names. I'm going to say Josh Allen picks off Josh Allen.
I like that. I like that one a lot.
Fun with names.
You think they're going to talk about that at all? That it's two Josh Allens going against each other?
I just looked up to make sure Josh Allen was still on Jacksonville.
He is.
Because I conflate him with Miles Jack. I confused him.
He's their best player on defense. In fact,
there's already 15 articles. There's articles galore about it. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's literally the only guy doing jack shit on that defense. They should have taken Aiden Hutchinson, but I digress. Let's move out to Atlanta, where the Dirty Birds kick the trees, or whatever the fuck Ludacris said. They're 1.5 point favorites over the Houston Texans. And my guy, CJ Stroud, who I did have to take a little mini victory lap on my CJ Stroud tweets and my Justin Herbert ones. I don't know why I was feeling that one. Just because everybody's always so wrong and I'm always so right. You know, like maybe people are right about like wrestling more than me or music, but not quarterback evaluation. And CJ Stroud, I don't give a shit that he was a little hungover maybe for a test. Been there, done that. I don't care that he went to Ohio State, because if somebody
the worst part about that test, Horvat,
tattoos in a Lamborghini, I'd go to Ohio State too to throw to JSN and fucking Marvin Harrison. CJ. But all this to say, Atlanta's going to get themselves right this weekend. And if our guy Desmond Ridder struggles, you got to bench him because he's jack shit. You got to go to Heineke. If the Vikings lose, maybe you make a call for Kirk Cousins. Atlanta has way too much talent. They're at home. I think it's going to be a big Bijan game. Give me the Dirty Birds on the money line. And because we don't do that, give me the 1.5. So Atlanta wins over the Fighting Strouds. But the Stroud boys are good.
The Stroud boys. I'm gonna take Houston. I'm gonna buy into them.
Yeah.
I think the worst part about that test, because it was a news alert, like CJ Stroud does bad on test. And we're like, okay, what was the test? They go, trust me, bro, he did bad on it.
All the quarterbacks
can I take the test? Can we see a question of the test? No, just know, like, he did bad. Well, what's the test? Like, there's 3 years of tape on CJ Stroud. Watch that.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Dude, no, thank you. And it's like, if they just like won't tell us and everybody else what the fuck is on the test, imagine having to go and take a test some morning when you don't know what it even is or what it's about. You know what I mean? And
like if I took the U.S. citizenship test right now, blind without being, I might not pass.
Yeah, like CJ Stroud should have beat Georgia. The only
I
reason
think the citizens, it's pretty easy. If you fail it, you're an idiot. It's like, how many senators are there? I mean, if you don't know that, what the fuck?
Maybe he has a learning disability or something. That doesn't mean he's stupid. People are so insensitive, you know? Anyway, let's move on. Line movement. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here as we record this. Oh, God, I bet a shitty number. All right. Well, I bet the Colts is 1-point favorites. They're now 1-point dogs at home against the Titans. I feel like Titans theory says that the Titans, like everybody thinks, you know, Indy, young quarterback, Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor, will he play? Will he not play? Blah, blah, blah. You know, that they're going to go in there and smash them. The Colts are actually a decent football team, man. Their offensive line is top 5, according to Pro Football Focus. Defense playing pretty good. And I like Anthony Richardson. He's my fantasy quarterback. I feel like this is a game where Tennessee goes on the road and they lose. So I'm going to take the Colts, who are, I think, a lot better than a lot of people expected. I'll grab the 1.5 now, 1.5-point dogs at home.
I still think Titans theory needs to be like, they need to get the certain amount of credit or a certain amount of like discuss. I don't think they're on that scale yet.
Okay.
So I don't think that this is a Titans theory game, but I would agree with you that the Colts win. Titans are going to be feeling themselves. You know, Jonathan Taylor should be back. I don't know what they're going to do with him, but yeah, as long as they don't like with Richardson, just stop. Oh, I got a question for you. This is not about anything.
Okay.
What is more annoying? The Taylor Swift coverage or the correct answer, people arguing about the tush push or brotherly shove? Like, Jesus Christ, if I got to hear any one of those words again. Oh.
All right. So I'm a big Swiftie. I'm a big Taylor Swift fan. And we always talk about this. I always talk about this. If it's bothering you that much, I watched football for like 48 hours last weekend. I forgot she was even really at the game. Like, yeah, the commercials are there. Who's watching the commercials? There's 100 other games going on. If it's a standalone game, right, you know, like Sunday Night Football, just like go in the kitchen, get yourself a snack if you don't want to see it. Like, don't sweat the small shit. You know what I mean? Like, life's too short. Go fucking hug your kid or hug your wife. Try to get a quickie in or something like that. I'm not bothered by the Taylor Swift thing. I am actually a little bothered, though, by the tush push, the bush push, the flying eagle, whatever they're calling it, because it's kind of bullshit. And, like, if you're a fantasy owner or if you want to bet touchdown props, I mean, I guess it's easy. You just bet Jalen every week. But I'm a Notre Dame fan, so I always have, you know, bad memories of Reggie Bush just getting pushed into the end zone when it wasn't even a thing yet. So fuck that. I'm more outraged by that. I don't love it. But what are you going to do? You going to change it now? I mean, I'm sick of like rules coming in and then changing. So
rules on top of rules. The NFL does rule trees.
Yeah, I'm not really bothered by the Taylor Swift stuff, to be honest with you.
I'm not either. It's just the NFL had to put out a statement because they were like promoting her and people were like, oh, shit's fixed. Like
I feel like the people that are outraged are like Bill Michaels Nation, right? Like they just have to just tell everybody they're angry about something, or they got to like show everybody that they're like really tough and like, you know what I mean? Like alpha male, like, oh, I'm so sick of seeing this broad. Get her off my TV. Kelsey, Mr. Pfizer, got the stupid shot.
Hey, that's your boy Rogers making that. That's an unfunny joke. I just don't like when Rogers makes jokes that he thinks are funny when they're not funny.
That was lame.
Not even a joke.
And they were like talking before the
game. His owner is Woody Johnson. What a moron.
I think maybe though he was just like, I don't think maybe he like thought about it and he was just like thinking he was funny.
No, he was feeling himself because he got a good dig in at Olbermann, so he tried to double down on Kelsey.
Well, fuck Olbermann though.
Well, yeah, Olbermann's kind of a weirdo.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I had one more. Yeah, I like the Colts too. All right. Chiefs are 4-point favorites over the Vikings. Ooh, I bet the Vikings at 5.5 at home. This is down.
Why are you? This is a 3:00 game. Why are you jumping?
Oh, you know what? My bad. That's because I haven't bet a lot of these.
Well, let me fill you. I'll fill you in on the other ones.
No, I got them.
Okay.
Giants, 11.5. Jesus. Giants, 11.5 point dogs. This was 4.5 last week. The Dolphins, 11.5 point favorites. Giants got embarrassed in primetime. They gave up 11 sacks. Dolphins got blown out by the Bills after scoring 70 against the Broncos. 11.5 is a lot of points. I got to go with the Giants, as bad as they are.
I feel like this is a place where the Giants could get an upset, but Dolphins at home after losing, Giants short week.
Ugh.
The Dolphins, I'm going as my survivor team.
I like that.
I'm actually branching out. I'm going Dolphins survivor, and then in another one, I'm taking Lions. Yeah, I might change this to Dolphins. I'm just going to go double. I can just go all in. I'm going to go Dolphins. I'm going to go Dolphins. I don't feel as good about it as I have previous weeks because the Giants could do something fluky. By the way,
what?
We love to evaluate quarterbacks. I don't think it's a Daniel Jones issue. I think Brian Daboll sucks.
I mean, I think they both kind of suck right now, but like Daniel Jones doesn't have any help. His offensive line is dead, the entire left side. He got sacked 11 times. He doesn't have any wide receivers. It was a terrible game plan. Like the one area
Darren Waller doesn't exist.
Right. The one area you could attack the Seahawks is the middle of the field. They're paying Darren Waller all that money to be their tight end. And he had, going into the fourth quarter, he had 1 reception for 5 yards. So, yeah, Brian Daboll is not very good right now either. But Daniel Jones, he might not be there very long. Especially the Giants.
I'm going to take the Dolphins. I'm going to take them to cover.
Like the Giants right now are 1-3. They lose this game, they're 1-4. If it keeps going south there, you shut down Saquon. Maybe they end up with Caleb Williams or Drake May, depending what the Bears did on Thursday night. All right, Saints. I think they suck. They're 1 point favorites on the road in New England. I know they suck, but I think New England gets right this week because I don't think the Saints offense is very good. And I think Derek Carr going out there last week was selfish because I think he's like 60%.
I think they would have won with Jameis.
I agree, man. Like the defense is fine, but I think New England's gets themselves right. I don't see them starting 1-4. If they do, there's going to be so much Belichick shit talking going on. They just brought back J.C. Jackson, who was a complete bust with the Chargers. I'm down on the Saints, man. They blew a 17-point lead to the Packers. No offense. Give me the Patriots at home here to bounce back, finally.
I would be willing to put several $100 on New England winning this game.
Might be my favorite bet of the weekend.
Maybe I'll take them as my survivor.
Don't do that, though.
Okay. But I like New England a lot.
Mac Jones will throw like 9 picks.
I like New England.
This game could be probably a low-scoring game because the total's 38. The Baltimore Ravens, 3-1. Taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers, 2-2.
No Kenny Pickett.
Mitchell Trubisky season, kids. So I like the Ravens a lot this year, and they finally allowed Lamar to push the ball down the field. He averaged over 10 yards per passing attempt last week. But I think this is like a desperation spot for the Steelers. Weird thing about the Steelers is when their defense is getting pressure, they're a top 5 defense. When they're not getting home, they're like bottom 20 because their secondary is not very good. But Ravens are still dealing with a bunch of injuries. I like the Steelers at home, anything over a field goal. So I'll take Pittsburgh +4. These games are always close.
Yeah, I'll ride with you on that. I think the Ravens are going to be a team that finishes like 10-7 when they should finish 13-4.
Yeah. And I can see them losing this game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Maybe Trubisky beats them. What about this one? You brought up the Lions in Survivor. You know what, man? The more I think about this, I like the Lions actually a little bit more than I do Miami, as crazy as that sounds, at home. Carolina's bad. They're fucking bad. And Detroit is good. And that's the breakdown. Like Detroit's we saw it last week. I feel like the Packers haven't played a game in 2 months. The Lions are getting pressure at a 35% rate. They're a top 5 run defense. We saw how good that defense was. We know how many points they could score. I'll take the Lions here.
I got to take the Lions. I am a little worried. Like, I think the Lions might be sort of delving into Titans theory mode. I don't like that they lost that game against Seattle, but it was overtime. The spread, what did you have the spread at?
10.
Yeah, it's
a lot of points. You know what?
I don't think they'll cover the spread.
Give me Carolina with the points, but I like Detroit and Survivor. That's what I was trying to say. I'll take Carolina plus 10.
Give me like a 7-8 point win.
Yeah, I agree.
Or Detroit. Yeah.
I agree. That's a big number, though. Bengals do not look good. They're 3-point favorites only over the Cardinals on the road. I grabbed the points with the Cardinals. Cardinals are competitive. I like Dobbs. That defense is playing out of its mind for what they have. They're a 1-3 football team. But
what's the deal with Burrow? Is he bad?
He's not healthy. He's got a calf injury on his plant leg. That's never good. But also, he's just not playing very good. T. Higgins has a fucking broken rib. He's going to try to play in this game. Jamar Chase is pissed off about the offense. Bengals defense doesn't look good. Like, they lost a lot in the secondary, man. And Jesse Bates is playing really good football right now in Atlanta. I think their coordinator, Lou Anarumo, kind of like hid some things because he's so good. He'll probably be a head coach still in the next couple of years. But take the points with Arizona. Cincinnati loses this game. It's going to be interesting to see what happens, man. But give me Arizona to cover. Like, this opened at 7.5, and we're all the way down to 3.
I think that a lot of people are feeling a little more optimistic about the Cardinals than they should. I do agree with you. They're competitive. They are also, though, 1-3, and they blew a lead to the Giants, who everyone thinks is fucking terrible.
Yep.
So I am going to say that Cincinnati wins by at least 3. I don't like. Maybe 2 weeks ago, you at the beginning of the year, you say, "Oh, Cincinnati wins by 15."
Yeah,
maybe they win by like 5 or 6, but they'll cover. I like Cincinnati to cover.
That'd be a big win for them because if they lose this game, they might have to like shut some shit down. I would maybe even look at like trading T. Higgins because they're not bringing him back. You're not going to be able to pay him, Burrow, and Chase. This isn't Madden. Rams taking some money. Rams were 6.5 down to 4.5. They're at home. They're taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles 4.5-point favorites. High total 50.5. I love watching Matthew Stafford play quarterback every week. Can't wait till they get Cooper Kupp back out there because Puka and Tutu have been fun, but man, Stafford's playing out of his mind right now. Rams are 2-2. Defense is playing all right. I actually think the Rams cover here. Give me the Rams 4.5. I'm not really sold on the Eagles this year. I mean, they're kind of just like sleepwalking. They're good, don't get me wrong, but I think eventually they'll get clipped. I can see it here. Give me the Rams plus 4.5.
You know what? I'm not down. Like, everyone's down on a 4-0 Eagle team, which I don't quite understand. But I'm with you. I like the Rams.
Yeah, Stafford's just playing awesome football right now.
Yeah, he is. He is playing really well.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to watch. He can make every throw. I like it. What about this one? This is the one I was trying to get to. I was excited to talk about it. I bet the Vikings, as gross as that is, at 5.5, knowing this would go down, it's at 4. Chiefs, Vikings. I think the Vikings are live in this game. Their season's on the line here. They're back home. Skull. And if they do lose, you know they're going to do it in heartbreaking fashion. They'll play their asses off. Justin Jefferson will have 300 receiving yards. They'll have a 14-3 lead in the first quarter, and they'll blow it, and they'll lose by a field goal. But I think they'll play the Chiefs tough. So give me the Vikings to cover. I like a lot of dogs today, or coming up. Plus 4. What about you?
I found it.
You found me.
This is the dollar chip that Paul Allen gave me.
No.
When I saw him in Vegas. And I went up to him and said, "Hey, Paul, you've been on my show." And he just said, "Here you go, Sean."
I have a hot take.
Yeah.
Fuck Paul Allen.
Oh, I have a lukewarm, cold take.
Great broadcaster.
I agree.
Fuck the Vikings. I never wanted to have those guys on. I was like, I don't want to talk to some fucking Vikings fan. Fuck the Vikings. I can deal with Bears fans, whatever. I mean, they're irrelevant. And, like, they're half my family because I'm from Chicago. I'm actually happy for Lions fans. You know, like, they've suffered through bullshit. They've won the division since 1992.
That's why I'm wearing Honolulu blue.
Vikings. I fucking hate their fans. I hate Minnesota. everybody's like, oh, the Twins are fuck the Twins. Everything but Prince, because he came from Minnesota. Fuck him. And I like Ant Edwards too. Sorry, go on though.
Oh, I like Sonny Gray though.
I do too, just because he told my buddy to go get fucked when my buddy got drafted by the A's. I thought that was the best story ever. My buddy said, "Hi, I'm Kevin," and he said, "I don't give a fuck who you are," and just walked right past him.
Why?
My friend never figured it out. He was all excited. He was like, "Oh yeah, Sonny Gray." You know, he was like 19. He just got drafted, and Sonny Gray just big leagued him in front of everybody. It just, I guess, was a dick. Made me like it. Yeah.
Sonny Gray is like the most porn name we have in baseball, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I can see him like filming one too.
All right, I'm gonna.
Chiefs or Vikings? It's me. Hi, I'm the problem.
Let's go Vikings, and then people are gonna freak out about the Chiefs and Taylor.
Yep. Is Taylor Swift the reason that they lost to this dog shit team?
Yeah, let's go Vikings.
All right, here's the big one. The Jets. I'm actually excited for this because we get Nathaniel Hackett against your guy, Sean Payton. And Sean Payton, man, he talked a lot of shit for a guy that's a head coach of a 1-3 football team. Let's say that. I'm taking the Jets to lose to the Denver Broncos, though. Sean Payton, like, you can't run your mouth like that and then lose to Buddy Hackett. And I know everybody's all excited because Zach Wilson looked good on primetime. And Denver's defense hasn't been good this season. They let the Dolphins hang 70 on them. But, dude, I can't see Sean Payton. How do you show faith? Like, how do you show up anywhere if you lose to Nathaniel Hackett at home? So give me the Broncos, 1.5-point favorites.
And quite frankly, the Jets coming in there with mean tough guy Robert Saleh. That's why LaFleur stinks, is because LaFleur, like Robert Saleh is a little, they're both scrappy dudes.
I like Saleh, though.
But Saleh owns LaFleur, so what's that make LaFleur?
A cuck.
Saleh's always like fake mad. He's like,
I think he's really mad.
I just don't like him.
Oh, I like Saleh. I feel bad for him, man. Like, I thought he had Aaron Rodgers, and he's got the Zach Wilson band, year 3.
Sean Payton's not going to lose this game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he can't, or I think he has to retire. This should actually be like a death match,
Loser
like Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, or Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair type shit. Like, if don't steal that on CBS because I want to use it. You know what? I'm not going to use that tonight because then my co-host will use it like on their radio hits. You could use it if you want. They should have a death match though. Sean Payton, most overrated head coach in NFL history. Mike McCarthy, greater sign, better, right? Same resume.
You know what you can use is my
loser has to leave the National Football League.
You can use this take I came up with. Willie Adames is the Daniel Jones of Major League Baseball. Because he's going to get overpaid, even though he's the 15th best guy at his position.
I promise I won't use that take or talk any baseball. Definitely no Brewers. I promise you that. All right, we got a couple more to get to. Sunday Night Football. Hey, Jack, it's a fact. Niners are back. Mike McCarthy gonna show him a sack. 3.5 is the current spread. I woke up and blah, 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 blah. I'm too tired for anything creative. Niners, 3.5 point. I'm going to have to take a nap, and I just woke up. Niners are 3.5-point favorites. I might save my coffee. I didn't even take a sip of it yet.
Does the song really go, hey, Jack, it's a fact?
Hey, Jack, it's a fact, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
Terrible fucking lyric.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad. Niners are 3.5-point favorites. Total 45. Tough one to call.
Did you see the night that Carrie Underwood was at Sunday Night Football and they brought her in the booth?
Yeah, I did.
And it's just like 40 career
literally
TV operators, you know, how, you know, that type of man with Carrie Underwood. It's like,
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was literally last Sunday. I'm taking the Cowboys revenge game. Last 2 years in the playoffs, Cowboys have lost to the Niners. Let's look why. 2 years ago, probably the worst play call in NFL history. Quarterback draw with no timeouts and Dak doesn't get out of bounds. Kellen Moore, you dipshit. Thought that was the worst play call actually in NFL history. Until last year. final play call against the San Francisco 49ers. What does Dallas do? They line up Ezekiel Elliott, washed running back, up at center. He gets completely blown off the fucking line of scrimmage. It may be the funniest play in NFL history. And doesn't end very well for the Cowboys. Now, big man Mike McCarthy's taking over play calling. He's seen enough of the bullshit. Say what you want about him. He ain't trotting fucking Ezekiel Elliott out there or Tony Pollard to play center. Niners, really good. You know who else is really good? Our Dallas Cowboys. That defense, yeah, like they lost to Arizona because they lost their best fucking cover corner in practice to a knee injury. They had to adjust a little bit. Dude that replaced him had 2 interceptions last week. Cowboys are for real. Cowboys cover the 3.5. They win this game outright. Pack up their game. They head out west. Like Kid Rock. Cowboy. I'm on the Cowboys.
I'm going to take the Cowboys, baby.
I'm Cowboy.
Grind all night, sleep all day. We need Brock Purdy. We need him to lose a fucking game.
Dead or alive. Sorry.
He hasn't lost yet.
And I walk these streets like
with a pistol in my hand and a bed in my feet. When I might not make a stand, I'm going everywhere. I'm taking the Cowboys with you because, again, I am not a Cowboy fan, but I root for them and I enjoy watching them play.
Yeah, I agree. And
Our Packer pick will be Monday on Monday's show.
And I think after the game when they interview Mac, he'll say, I'm a highly successful football coach. And then he'll also say, and I've seen a million faces, and I rock them all because I'm a cowboy. All right.
Well, I'll talk to you Monday. Wink, wink.
All right. See you Monday, dude. Have a good weekend.